As we continue hearing about how animals are assisting humans here in Orange County, we are going to turn our attention on the Shea Center, which is in San Juan Capistrano. And we welcome from the Shea Center, first of all, Trish Evans. She is a physical therapist assistant, and Jeff Jennison is a parent of one of the kids that works, or whether is working with the folks at the Shea Center. And the quiet fellow in between, that's Emerson. We'll be hearing from you later, won't we? Exactly. So what is the idea behind the Shea Center?
Well, the Shea Center is a non-profit organization located down in San Juan Capistrano, and we serve adults and children with disabilities, providing therapeutic horseback-related activities.
So what does that mean? What is a therapeutic horseback-related activity?
Sure. We have physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists on staff, so we provide actual therapy with clients on horseback. As well as therapeutic riding, which is more directed for clients that are looking for a recreational activity, but they happen to have a disability. So we have highly trained staff that is able to work with them and teach them a sport.
But let's back up. But aside from the folks who are just doing it for sport, how do horses help people with disabilities?
Sure. The horse's movement actually, when a person is astride a horse, moves them as if they are walking on their own 2 feet. So as that movement transfers up into their body, it challenges their balance and coordination. So we can work on a lot of different things that people with disabilities typically have difficulties with.
Tell us about your child.
Actually, we have 2 that ride at the Shea Center. We have 4 altogether, and our younger 2 both have special needs. And Charlie started riding at the Shea Center almost 4 years ago, and our youngest Jane started riding a year ago. So they are 6 and 3 respectively. We found the Shea Center for Charlie after he was diagnosed with developmental delays and had gross motor, fine motor, and speech delays. And amongst all of his normal clinical therapies, the horseback riding therapy was suggested, and it became a great match. So
what did you think when you first, somebody said, oh yeah, have him ride a horse, that'll help?
Well, ironically, I thought it was kind of crazy. You know, it's something that's very unconventional until you're exposed to it, and then once you're exposed to it, you're quickly brought on to why it's so helpful. Ironically, my wife had volunteered at the Shea Center as a teenager many years before moving to Orange County, you know, as a married couple, and then who knew that we'd ultimately find our way back there.
Wow, it comes around. It's amazing.
It sure does.
It's wonderful. What is hippotherapy? What is it?
Hippotherapy, the word hippo means horse in Greek. So it's basically treatment with the use of a horse. So the hippotherapy, licensed health professionals, physical therapy, occupational therapists, or speech therapists are directing hippotherapy treatments.
Okay. So who developed this whole idea?
You know, it goes back quite a few years, back to Europe, actually. And it was brought to the United States back when polio actually was a problem. And so people were utilizing horses to help with problems they were having from post-polio type difficulties. So it's been around the United States for quite a while. Our facility is one of the top 5 as far as size in the United States. We actually have the largest operating budget of any center in the United States. And we are fortunate enough to have such a highly skilled staff and trained volunteers that we are the largest in multidisciplinary center in Orange County, actually in all of Southern California.
So what's a typical session for one of your kids like?
Well, they ride weekly, so Thursday afternoons has kind of been their riding time for quite a while. They'll spend, you know, a half an hour or so on the horse itself with Trish and with other volunteers and therapists, and they will do everything from, you know, speech therapy and color coordination and
while they're on the horse.
While they're on the horse, and they will stand up and ride backwards, and they will do essentially what would be kind of a conventional sit-up. Amongst many other activities, their whole core of their body has become strengthened so much for being on the horses and doing things that you know, most people would never think could be done on a horse. But it's really fun for them. It's a great opportunity to have you know, a major confidence booster. It's something that their friends don't do. It's something that their older siblings that, you know, are more normal, if you will, don't do. And it's truly their place to do something very unique. And the byproduct to all of it is they're getting incredible therapy while they don't even know it.
So where do these horses come from?
Most of the horses are actually donated. not every horse is the right horse for this type of job, but we do a screening process when people call and they want to do a good thing and donate their horse. Well, if we think it's a good fit initially just from the phone interview, then we'll bring a horse in for a 90-day trial. And at that time, the horses are put through many different tests. Staff rides them. They're put through a veterinary check to make sure that they are sound. And then after 90 days, if we feel that they're appropriate fit for our program, then we accept them into the program.
How many horses do you have now?
I believe we have about 17 right now in our barn.
So what does, well, this is not a horse, although it's not a small pup, but tell us a little bit about Emerson and his role.
Sure. Emerson came from Canine Companions for Independence organization. Their southwest region is located in Oceanside. And he is our facility dog. He's been placed with me. So he integrates into our therapy treatments after the kids are off the horses. So a lot of the things we're doing on the horse are to improve their strength and their balance and stuff. And so then we want to practice those skills off the horse in things such as walking. Well, when you can walk with Emerson, it makes it a lot more fun. So a child or a client that maybe's only willing to walk 3 steps initially without a dog may walk 30 steps with Emerson because it's fun. So he provides motivation in a lot of ways. And he actually knows 40 commands, so he has a lot of skills that we can utilize him for.
Besides being able to sit still.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
He's very loving, so he's a good icebreaker for maybe some of the clients that are shy, and maybe if the horses are a little bit overwhelming at first because of their size, well, he can kind of break the ice for them.
How can people find out more about the Shea Center?
Sure. They can find out more by going to our website, which is www.sheacenter.org. And we actually have our big fundraiser event, our annual barbecue and family fair, coming up on September 25th, which is a wonderful family event. We do client demonstrations. There's lots of fun games and stuff for people for the kids to get involved in, and we highlight our riders that evening. So it's a fun event, and that's next Saturday, the 25th.
Very good. Well, thanks, all of you, for coming down and spending some time with us. If you missed any of that contact information, simply go to our website, www.cox3.com, and click on the Cox Forum link. We invite you to join us next week. We will be taking a look at the Children's Bureau and how they are helping place kids in forever homes. Until then, thanks so much for joining us here on Cox Forum.